Hi everyone, this is Aruna Arachami, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SNS College of Technology. In the closure set of functional dependencies, today we're going to see about the few examples related to the functional dependency. In that, how we can calculate the what are the super keys and the candidate keys are available. So consider the student database table. Your student database table can contain the roll number, name, marks, and the locations. So these are the four attributes associated with this student details. Here, what is the given thing is that they given the two functional dependencies. One is through roll number, we can able to identify name and mark. Through name, we can able to identify marks and the location. So what is that they are going to ask? They ask you to closure of all the attributes present in the relation. So closure of all the attributes means here the four relations are there. Through that, we have to calculate the what are the closures are possible. So first we're going to take the first attribute. First attribute is a roll number. So if I want to take the closure for this roll number, whatever the element present in my left hand side, same thing I have to write it in the right hand side. So here also roll number, the same thing I have put it over here. Through roll number, whatever the other attributes I can able to identify, it means that I have to write it over here. So by using a roll number, by using this first functional dependencies, through that I can able to identify name and marks. So that I have to enter it over here, marks and name. Now I'm checking, is there any of this attribute we can able to find any other attribute through mark. So mark doesn't have, I couldn't able to identify. The next one is the name. Yes, name is available. Through name, I can able to identify marks and location. Mark is already present, so I have to add the location. So by using a roll number, I can able to identify all the attribute is present in my student relation. Similar how we can calculate it for name closure. So what we have to write? So whatever the element present in the this side, that is a closure side, same as it is, we have to write it in my right hand side. So here I have to write down the name. Through name, I can able to identify marks and location. So I have to add it over here. Is there any other thing I can able to identify? No, nothing can able to identify. What is my third attribute? Marks. So through marks, that I have to put it over here. Is there any functional dependency depends on the marks? No. So marks alone can identify the marks. So the next attribute is a location. If I take the closure attribute for this location, so I think none other the attribute functional dependencies doesn't have the location. So by using a location, I can able to identify only the location. So this is the how we can able to calculate the closure sets. So out of this thing, by saying this thing itself, we can say this is a super key. And as well as it is a candidate key. Why I'm saying this thing is that this is a singleton attribute. That is a single subset. So if I have only a one minimal subset in my thing, out of all other super keys, that particular key can be called it as a candidate key. So out of this particular problem, roll number can be acted as a candidate key as well as the super key. By combining all the possibilities along with the roll number, remaining everything, we're going to take it as the super key of this particular relation. Next, we will see the another example. This is a generic example. It will have a 5 attributes for the relation, or that is a B, C, D, N. And also out of 5 attribute, I am having a 4 functional dependencies. One is through A, I can able to identify B, C. C, I can able to identify B. D, I can able to identify E. Through E, I can able to identify D. Now I am going to take a closure. Now I am going to take a closure. So if I take A closure, what happened? Through A, I have to write the as it is A over here. Through A, I can able to identify B, C. Through C, I can able to identify B already available. So none other than thing can be able to identify by using a closure. Next, I'm going to calculate the B closure. B closure, B can able to identify. Through B, nothing can be able to identify. Next, the variable is a C closure. If I take a C closure, through C, I can able to identify C. Through C, I can able to identify B. So by taking a C closure, I can able to identify only the attribute as B and C. So again, I have to go for the D closure. If I can able to identify the D closure, only D. Through D, I can able to identify E. So the next one is the E closure. E closure, I can able to identify E. Through E, I can able to identify D. Through D, I can able to identify. So by using E, I can able to identify E and D. So this is the how we can able to calculate the closure for the given functional dependency. Similar how I am giving the another example. This is another example for calculating this thing. So in this all thing, I cannot able to identify a single attribute, cannot able to determine the all the attribute. So definitely by combination of two or more attributes together, through that only we can able to identify the candidate key as well as the super key. So this is the next we have to go for a combination, that is a AB, AC, AD, AE. Otherwise I can go for ABC, ABD, ABE, ACD, ACE. Similar how I can go for the thing, I have to check the similar procedure for calculating the remaining super keys and their candidate keys. So in the next also I have given the some examples. Please try to work out this particular problem and you can give the comment in the comment line. Thank you for watching my video.